a bit full of angst, weren't they? Yeah, so thanks for that song, Amar.
You said songs from trailers.
I said nothing. I said no, you were operating outside my control. I don't know what you were doing. But anyway, tell us about Wasteland 2.
Oh yeah.
Well, Wasteland 2, right? The original Wasteland came out in 1988 and was published by EA, right? And it was the go-to post-apocalyptic RPG before Fallout came along.
Yeah.
Basically, these guys, inspired by the success that Double Fine has had with Kickstarters, decided that they were gonna make.
Actually, how much did Double Fine get in the end from Kickstarters? Because John, you were on the live stream with Tim Schafer and friends, weren't you?
Yeah, I checked it out. It was very funny. I won't tell you what happened because you can't see it as far as I know. But it was really funny. They got $3,335,325, and then plus like another 100,000 from
a benefactor.
Other rich people.
So it's 2.4 million, I think, overall.
Yeah, that's a fair bit above the 400k they were originally.
But anyways, right, these guys who made the original game are going to Kickstarter and they want to start this up now, and they're asking for people, fans of the original game, to come and, give some money, and hopefully this will be a game.
Well, they've already exceeded their target, haven't they?
I have no idea. I have no idea what this game even is.
No, I'm pretty sure.
They haven't started yet.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure they haven't started yet.
I'm almost thinking some more Kickstarter projects though, because there are a lot of them now because of Double Fine's
success.
Yeah, they kind of put Kickstarters on the map now.
Oh, they have.
But no one's ever going to recreate what Double Fine just did.
No, well, not for a while anyway.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are like, oh, the end of the publisher era because you don't need publishers anymore. Every game will be funded like this. But Graham, you want to talk about Skyrim map or something?
Actually, before that, sticking with Double Fine, Psychonauts 2, which I spoke about, was it 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Oh, yeah.
Because Notch from Mojang heard that Tim Schafer wanted to make it and said, hey, Tim, I'll throw up the money for you. No problem. I'll publish this game.
And then said,
and Tim was like, oh, great. Yay, fantastic. Met up with Notch, and Notch was Notch.
Classic Notch.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to make this anymore. So,
just joking.
Yeah, they were at, the two of them met at GDC and they got talking, and now they're back in talks. But basically, if Psychonauts 2 does come out, it'll be in a while. It's not going to be out this year,
or anytime soon.
Yeah, because you know how slow Notch operates.
Oh yeah.
And you stick with Mojang and Notch. Scrolls, which is the game that got them in big trouble with Bethesda because of the Elder Scrolls. There was a huge, you can't use our word debate, and it went to court and everything. Now, we were led to believe last week that it was resolved completely amicably, and that Scrolls as a game was going ahead, and that Bethesda no longer had any issue with Mojang. But that was a lie, because the ruling was that although Scrolls will be allowed to go ahead, Mojang can't make any sequels.
So they can't make Scrolls 2?
They can't make Scrolls 2 or any game with Scrolls in it.
Do we ever actually know what Scrolls is?
Well, the Elder Scrolls, I mean... the game itself.
The game itself.
Probably not good.
I think I saw a trailer and I was too excited, but I have no idea. I see a lot of trailers.
It's like a very basic RPG, fantasy type thing.
Yeah, I don't really care about it that much anyway.
Yeah, it sounds to me like a very filler game.
Oh, yeah.
That they're just making.
But still, I mean, it's kind of crazy the way Mr. Bethesda is all like, I invented Scrolls.
I know.
I own that word.
Actually, speaking of, again, Bethesda, you remember Oblivion? Some fan who was a complete genius made a Google Maps of Oblivion.
I don't remember that at all.
I kind of do.
Well, someone's gone ahead and done it for Skyrim now.
Okay.
I've checked it out, and it looks like it still needs a lot of work, but still, hey, that's very handy. And fair play to the guy
who went out
who actually went out and did it.
Yeah.
Not sticking with, because moving on, because I'm not going to say that. Moving on with World of Warcraft. They still have 10 million subscribers. People who are regularly paying them money to play World of Warcraft. However, they are losing subscribers at quite an alarming rate, despite the fact that they still have a load. In other words, if they didn't have a lot of subscribers, they'd be dead by now.
Yeah.
So,
but it's Blizzard, so
even though they have 10 million, they're understandably desperate to reclaim former players as well as recruiting new ones. So what they've done,
enacted a few drastic measures.
What they've done is current players can now acquire a Scroll of Resurrection. they can then give this scroll to any past member who had an account that stood for at least 30 days. And if this past member comes back and receives the Scroll of Resurrection, they get 1 week of free play. They get Cataclysm, the expansion pack, for free.
That's a lot.
Well, I think the Cataclysm free thing is kind of it's like, okay, it looks.
Use
like,
your words.
Okay, I'm trying to think of there's one word to describe what I'm thinking, but anyway, it looks great, but it's not, because to use that you need the previous two.
Oh. So if you had one,
So if they get Cataclysm, they'll have to
They'll
buy.
have to get the other two expansions.
Crusade
If
and
that's how long ago they dropped out of playing
Yeah.
World of Warcraft.
So like that's kind of
what
getting
are
a
the
bit
two?
of extra
Burning
money.
Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
They also, these players who come back and receive the scroll, they also get free realm transfer, and they also get automatically leveled up to level 80.
What?
That defeats the purpose of playing the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
No.
RPGs are supposed
Specious. Specious was the word I was trying to say.
Specious.
Specious.
All right, specious. All right, that makes
Yes.
more sense.
Yeah.
Uh,
So there you go.
Well, yeah,
Word.
no, you might be asking, well, what incentive does the person who has the scroll have to get rid of the scroll? Well, if you're given the scroll because you're a current player, you get no benefit from it. But you actually benefit from giving it to a past member. Because when you successfully give it to a past member, you yourself then acquire a premium mount, which, if you're in the Alliance, will be a Spectral Griffin. And if you're in the Horde, a Spectral, or the Spectral, Wing Rider.
Isn't that
No idea what those things are.
They sound cool.
They sound cool.
They fly. So
Yeah.
It sounds like ghost versions of things that already exist.
I think
Yeah.
that's pretty
Essentially.
much what it
More
is.
more MMO news. It's Power Rangers Online, which we got excited about when we heard about it, but yeah, it actually looks quite terrible. But it's being tested in Korea, and it's in its second phase of beta testing. It's still a closed beta test they're doing, but they are inviting kids, teenagers and younger, to play the game and to test it. And the way they're doing it is enticing them with pizza. Literally, if you come and test our game, we'll give you pizza.
If you have to lure kids in
Exactly.
with pizza, that game must be quite bad.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a kid and you're told, hey, you can play this game, and no one will stop you, that in itself is
I
a
can play a game
reward.
for free that no one else has played, and involves Power Rangers.
And Power Rangers must be awful if kids don't want to play it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah, in a
man.
new MMO, The Old Republic, or Mario.
Oh yes, actually, sticking with MMOs, MMO came out in last year. Star Wars: The Old Republic. Apparently, EA is desperate to get people to start playing this game because there's about only 1.7 million users, right?
Only 1.7 million.
As
Yeah.
opposed to 10 million of World of Warcraft. They're having this thing called a weekend pass from the 15th of March to the 19th, so tomorrow until Monday.
Free to play, isn't it?
It's free to play. You get the opening adventure of the 8 characters. 8 characters, I mean, there's 8 different classes or something.
Yeah.
You get the opening adventure. You get to explore the origin world. You may get to go to the faction capital world, so Sith or Jedi or whatever. And you can also avail of the PvP war zones. So if
But like, does this mean if I go on this weekend and play, I can only play all this stuff for the duration of the weekend?
yeah.
So, like, if I don't finish the portion of the game that is free to play, if I don't finish that portion by the end of the weekend, can I not finish it
No,
unless
you
I buy
can't.
the game?
It's just for this weekend from tomorrow until Monday. So if you were on the fence about this game, you're thinking about
Now's
buying
the
it,
time to test it.
Now's the time to go see if you like it, if you want to get it. Have
Yeah.
a look, see what you think.
Graham, Halo 4.
Ha!
Halo 4.
Okay,
can't believe this is a thing.
more beta news. Halo 4, a game which so many millions and millions of people are excited about, and it's not getting a public beta.
Because that's a good idea.
Why is it not getting? I mean, by the way, that's it. That's my news about Halo 4. But that is so ridiculous. It's such a massive game. It has such a huge following.
But why would you want to test a multiplayer game?
It does not make sense.
Alright, yeah, we'll just...
Maybe they just want to keep things under wraps. I'd say that's
No,
probably-
they need,
No, that's-
they need
no,
to
you're
get a public beta
Yeah.
going.
Well, like they would. I don't know why they're not. But I think the only reason they would not is that they want to keep everything a secret until the game comes out.
But that's
But that's
stupid.
not
Okay, but
Multiplayer.
Exactly.
We could go on a rant about this for ages, but I want to talk about Mass Effect 3. I don't really, but I have some news. I have sales figures, and it sold 3.5 million. I think that's from last week, so it's probably sold 4 million by now.
Yeah.
Probably.
At least.
At the time I took this down, 40% of the people who bought it had bought From Ashes as well, which is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people buying DLC.
Oh, and apparently there is going to be multiplayer DLC.
Yeah, this has been sort of in the air a bit. Some screenshots were released, but BioWare hasn't said anything about it. Is that basically they're releasing multiplayer downloadable content, and it's going to include, for those of you that don't know, it's going to include a Batarian soldier and a Geth infiltrator. So that's all we know about it. If that's true, we don't know. Maybe bit of a rumor.
Wait, so how come there are screenshots? If BioWare
basically, what happened was apparently this guy says this guy basically took a screenshot of saying he's a tester for BioWare in inverted commas. We don't know if it's true or not.
Oh, so this could just be BioWare being BioWare again, saying, "Oh, look what we left on the floor by accident for you to see." We'll just pick that up there. Did you get a good look at it? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now it's gone.
Anyway, enough about stupid blah.
Amazing game.
Gabe Newell.
Yay! He's got a beard.
He does have a beard. Everyone should check out that beard.
King of Valve.
I still prefer him without the beard.
Yeah, so do I.
But the beard is still epic.
Yeah, it's a beard. But
It's got bits of cake stuck in it.
that's just rumored speculation, Mark. No one knows if it's cake or not. But anyway, he's a billionaire apparently.
Official.
Well, I think the way they worked it out is that Valve is valued at around $3.5 billion.
Wow.
And he owns more than half.
Yeah.
So he's
Damn.
got $1 billion.
Is he in Forbes?
Yeah, he was in Forbes. He's like 850th or something.
Oh, so he's a no one. So
Yeah, he's
850 richest man in the world.
out of the 7 billion people, 800. That's still 800 positions from the top. And other Valve news. There's been a lot of rumors floating around about this Steambox thing, which is a computer, but it might be a console or
We don't know what it
computer
is.
attachment.
This whole thing
for
came
consoles.
from, by the way, because Valve started asking for hardware to be developed for them specifically. People thought,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, Valve are asking for hardware. It must be a Steam console, right?" Apparently not.
Yeah, well, if they haven't completely closed down.
But they haven't said we're not ever
Yeah.
going to make a
Well, they
console.
said at GDC.
But they
right?
said that what you're referring to with this hardware stuff is actually, we're trying to, fix the issues people have with hooking up their PCs to gigantic television screens because a bunch of UI problems and.
Well, basically, at GDC they said that Steambox is not a thing for the foreseeable future. So
Yeah, but they never said they weren't ever going to make a console.
It'll be my 50th birthday present.
They are so slow at making
That's how long it'll
everything.
take.
don't get your hopes up. They'll probably be dead by the time they announce it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it might not even be real. We don't know. But
Push Left 4 Dead 7.
they're gonna get that far before they release Half-Life.
They probably will.
Anyway, enough about Valve. Graham, Phil Harrison has a new job.
Phil Harrison is a man who's been working with Sony since '92 in all sorts of management, executive type positions. He's a bigwig. In 2005, when Sony sort of unified itself under the global banner of Sony Computer Entertainment Worldwide Studios, he was named as the first president. And he only left recently, and even more recently, he has joined up with Interactive Entertainment Team at Microsoft.
Traitor.
So, basically, the guy who's been in charge of your consoles for the last, when he joined 2005, so 7 years, is now working on my consoles. So, ski guys, I'm going home.
There's a movie in this.
Somewhere in there.
The story of a man.
Actually, speaking of people jumping shift, big wig at Microsoft, Peter Molyneux, guy who founded Lionhead Studios of Fable